Her leg.
The last name on that list of competitors, Maya Ramsden, did not show up to the starting line for this 3,000. She did not double back from the mile, which she won earlier in meet record fashion. So we have 15 runners in this 3,000 meter final.
Understandable for Maya Ramsden given the workload that she has carried over the last 8 days with the World Indoor Final and the 1,500 meters, coming back there from that competition to then race in the NCAA Indoor Championships, winning the mile.
And we're off in this women's 3K final. 15 laps around the track.
So these 15 athletes with sections on the inside and outside. They will stay there till they complete 2 full turns. Flomena Asicol doubling back from the mile. Now she finished 8th in that mile race, which was a bit of a disappointment for the Gators. They were hoping for more than that. She just got 1 point there. And ostensibly they need to finish 1st and 3rd to keep their hopes of a team title alive. And a lot of that's going to fall on Flomena Asicol, who is currently leading this race with her teammate Parker Valby in 3rd.
An unusual position, really, to see Parker Valby sitting back usually, but it is how we saw her run out of the unseeded section at the SEC Championships in the 3,000. She didn't yet have a qualifying time for the NCAA, so had to run it aggressively and honestly at the SEC meet. And one thing about this field that you have, it is loaded with NCAA champions. You have Parker Valby, the 5K outdoor champion last year, and the cross-country champion last year, and then already a champion here in the 5,000. You have Olivia Marquezich. You have Taylor Rowe, who was 2 years ago the champion in the 3,000 of Oklahoma State. And then you have the duo from BYU in this field who were part of the distance medley relay that won on Friday night.
So Asicol in the lead with her teammate Valby in 3rd. Honest pace being set because they're pretty well strung out. We'll step aside for a second. Rosen. Okay, a little bit has changed since we went away. Now it is Marquezich in the lead.
And even more than that, it appears Flomena Asicol has stepped off the track. So has Taylor Rowe of Oklahoma State through 1,000 meters. They're at 2:55. This was the plan for Olivia Marquezich to make sure she kept this pace on it. Really wanted to be sure this race got out fast and did not leave it to a kicker's finish. Olivia Marquezich, such an impressive progression in her career at Notre Dame. Actually started her career as a walk-on. She was an Irish legacy because her dad was previously the 10,000 meter school record holder. Wanted to be as part of a team and compete at the collegiate level. There you have Flomena Asicol, who will not be able to contribute in terms of the team points that the Gators were hoping for. Obviously still have big points there with Parker Valby and the opportunity that she has.
But they needed 16 points to keep them in the meet with one event remaining, and now with her stepping off the track, that makes Arkansas, they have clinched their team title without any points being scored in the 4x400 relay. They will not need them.
I want to point out too how well Alabama is running right now with the duo that they have, of course, Doris Lemongole and Hilda Olomomoy. Saw them in the 5,000 as well. Worth noting that 5,000 race, we've talked about Parker Valby's meet record or collegiate record and meet record. She pulled 5 other athletes in the field to personal bests with that performance. Very consistent now, settling into a good pace, 70.5 on that last 400 meters.
And so long as Marquezich is pushing the pace, Valby is probably happy to stay right where she is, but it is not normal to see her following someone in a race.
Marquezich wanted to get out and make sure that she stayed out of any sort of trouble and kind of forced the field to run where she is comfortable. She really gained a lot of confidence last year, not just in that NCAA championship steeplechase race, but also with that 4th place finish that she had at the U.S. Championships. Her fitness, her confidence have really been on par with one another over the course of the last year. In talking to Coach Will Palmer from the University of Florida about Parker Valby's race on Friday night, he said they talked the night before and there were some nuances that they had in the game plan, but the way that she read things and how that race played out proved her maturity and intuition.
And there goes Valby. You could just tell that she was itching to take over. I might note that her lifetime best in this race, set at the SEC Indoor Meet 2 weeks ago, is just a couple of tenths off of the meet record, which is held by Jenny Behringer, now Simpson, one of America's greatest middle distance runners, Olympic medalist, world champion. So those are pretty big shoes to fill. And Behringer was a heck of a runner when she was at Colorado. But Valby, if she pushes here, she is certainly well within her capabilities of breaking that meet record and improving her personal best.
To your point, Markiewicz ran under that meet record this year with the 8:40.42 that she ran. So both athletes certainly have that well within their realm of possibility.
The last runner to repeat as 3K, 5K champion, Carissa Schweitzer of Missouri. That was 6 years ago. And she has gone on to be an Olympian as well as a very strong presence in the American distance mix.
Parker Valby digging in right now. Saw her even in that collegiate record-setting effort running so relaxed, so much so that she was paying attention to what was happening on the infield with what was going on with her teammate Claire Bryant in the long jump. And she again looks incredibly relaxed even as she throws down the gauntlet. 68.3, that last 400 meters. And this is a phenomenal field that Parker Valby is putting on a clinic in.
She's going to have to go sub 66 for the last 400 meters, though. That's a big ask after all she has done these last several weeks and setting a collegiate record last night in the 5,000, but you certainly can't tell that she's not going for it. She absolutely is. Coming to the bell, 1 lap to go, 200 meters at 8:08. So she's got to go about 33 high in order to break that meet record.
66.7 the last 400 meters leading up to the bell lap.
And that's the same pace she's got to stay on in order to just sneak under that meet record and set a new personal best. Watch that clock carefully. 8:42.03 is the meet record. And she gets it. A new lifetime best and another new meet record for Parker Valby of Florida. 10 points for the Gators in the 3,000.
2 races, 2 wins, 2 record-breaking performances from Parker Valby. All she does when she steps on the track, 2 things: win and rewrite the record books.